All Ego Ethan Page is no longer all elite. He is now here in NXT and he's now the #1 contender for the championship. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. This is going to be my first time actually reviewing NXT in probably a couple of months. I haven't been watching NXT lately. My brother's been watching NXT, so I went into this not really knowing what to expect. I know that Ethan Page debuted last week, and Ethan Page, what can I say? Look, not a fan. I think the guy's a jabroni. I don't think he's done anything in wrestling to deserve this hype, to put himself over as this star. But he did cut a pretty good promo tonight. He does seem charismatic, but he seems to talk as if he's like achieved a lot. And I guess you could argue he's just playing up as a heel. But this guy's achieved nothing. This guy is an absolute bum. Yet he's coming in to NXT expecting to get star treatment. It makes no sense to me. Honestly, it makes no sense to me why he came in tonight. And they're treating him as if NXT has captured a major star from AEW or from any wrestling promotion. I just don't understand it. I mean, the guy, I think, is decent on the mic. You know, he's charismatic, he can cut a good promo. And who knows, maybe in time he will become a star, but right now he isn't. But he's fucking acting like one and everyone else is acting like one. And I just don't get it. But anyway, no hard feelings here, even though he did block me on Twitter about 5 years ago. So we get the first match of the night, Jordan Grace versus Stevie Turner. I have no hard feelings with Ethan Page. I just don't really think the guy's achieved much. I don't think he's proved himself yet. But I do have some hard feelings with Jordan Grace. Don't like Jordan Grace. I think she's a piece of shit human being. Big, roided up fucking woman that looks like a man. Calls out people, hypocrite, does OnlyFans, made the whole Benoit comments, doesn't know fucking Benoit, doesn't know anything. Said she can speak for black people because she's got a black husband. I mean, what the fuck does that matter? Who cares? Who cares who your husband is? You can't speak for shit. The only person you can speak for is yourself. I don't get this, man. Why do people think they have the right to speak for like a whole group, like a whole gender or a whole nationality just because they are from that nationality? I don't have the right to speak for all Scots. I don't have the right to speak for all men. You know, I don't get that. Jordan Grace doesn't have the right to speak for all women, doesn't have the right to speak for black people, white people. Maybe she can speak for all those steroid munchers because they're pretty much all the same, munching their way to an early grave. But nah, man, fuck Jordan Grace. Don't like her. Got OnlyFans, and then she's outing people out that are messaging her privately on OnlyFans. Like, what's that all about? No, here's this bitch actually taking money off people, you know, doing OnlyFans, and then she gets DMs, and she's like outing people that have paid a subscription to her. I mean, first of all, why the fuck would you spend your hard-earned money? Well, why would you spend it on any OnlyFans, to be honest? But secondly, why would you spend it on hers? You know, disgusting, just to see, like, muscle after muscle after muscle. And then she, like, fucking screenshots messages with, like, married guys that are in her DMs, like, as if she's taking the moral high ground. Seriously. And then Chavo put her in her place. I just don't like Jordan Grace. I don't know why WWE are giving her this opportunity. There's better people in TNA. Give us Joe Hendry. Honestly, give us Joe Hendry. There's a couple more people in TNA that I would put on NXT before her. But whatever. Jordan Grace is here. I mean, I will say the TNA Knockouts Championship looks decent. You look at the TNA belts compared to a lot of the WWE belts, and it does look a lot better. I can't deny it. Anyway, Jordan Grace defeats Stevie Turner. I mean, you've got a woman here that looks like a man, and you've got a pretty attractive woman in Stevie Turner who's a lot younger than Jordan Grace, I believe, and getting jobbed out. I don't get it. Why are we bringing in this big Hulk, this crappy human being? Why are we bringing her into NXT? Well, I say we, I mean, why ain't doing shit? But why are they? Why are they bringing her in just to beat... I'm not saying Stevie Turner's the next fucking greatest champion ever, but it just makes no sense to me. I so want Roxanne Perez to beat Jordan Grace, man. I am Team Prodigy all the way. Fingers crossed at Battleground that Roxanne Perez defeats Jordan Grace. I think she will, but yeah, let's just hope so. I do not want to see Jordan Grace in... I don't want to see her in NXT at all. Trick Williams was then backstage speaking with Lash Legend. He's waiting on Ethan Page. He said he's going to make Ethan Page pay, going to handle the Ethan Page situation. Why does that? Why does everybody use those words now in WWE? Like Paul Heyman, you got to handle the Sami Zayn problem, the Kevin Owens problem. Like they try and dumb everything out. You don't need to say you've got a problem with somebody for us to know you've got a problem. If you're telling a good story, then you know what's happening. You don't need the wrestler to actually spell out that there's a problem or that there's a situation. I don't get that, man. That's fucking dumb. Anyway, Lash Legend says she needs to focus on the North American Championship. Right, then we got the Summit. Honestly, man, this kind of reminded me as if I was watching one of those like Twitter feeds, and it's just like people from the hood like yelling and shouting and throwing things at each other. You know, like where they go into like, I don't know, a restaurant, and you just get like this big massive brawl and this big like angry group of people attacking each. That's what this seemed like, just people shouting and screaming over each other. I didn't think it was that entertaining, to be honest, but I did like the Jada Parker line where she says, you know, Michin, you might be from black or gold. You might have come back to NXT, but this ain't black or gold, baby. It's Jada Parker's time, and if you even come close to my title, I'm gonna kick your ass black and blue. I thought that was a really good line there. So yeah, Jada Parker looks good as well. Decent in the ring, very attractive. Questionable ring gear, but yeah, whatever. I'm not going to complain. And yeah, I think. Also, I was thinking here, you've got a lot of women that are coming through. This is like the new generation of women. I mean, maybe you could argue that like Lash Legend and Fallon Henley are not part of that, but you just see the NXT they've brought like in this new. I think over the past couple of years they've brought in like a new generation, like a new group of women, and you feel like the last group, like someone like Cora Jade, has been injured multiple times over the past couple of years. She could have missed the boat, honestly. She might get left behind because you're going to think that these women, the likes of Sol Ruka, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, like they're probably going to be the ones that we're looking at next in line over the next few years that become NXT Women's Champion before they go to the main roster. So then you look at someone like Cora Jade, who's like from the previous batch of wrestlers. She hasn't really reached the top yet. Yes, she's been unlucky. She had the whole gimmick change from face to heel. But I don't know. I look at Cora Jade and I think she might be one of the unfortunate ones who kind of like misses out and doesn't become like a main eventer really in the NXT era, or goes on to be that women's champion. She might get left behind there. That's what I was thinking. But then Stone comes out, announces a 6 women's tag match. We get Thea Hale versus Jasmine. Was it Jasmine Nix? Yes, it was. So Thea Hale versus Jasmine Nix. 2 hot chicks. What can you complain about? Not a lot. Nix connects with the Pele kick to set up the victory. So there you go. We have that. Not a lot happening, just a random match really. Ethan Page is coming out of Ava's office. He's talking about business. He's got big demands, and it looks like Ethan Page is getting this like he wants like this Brock Lesnar style contract, but he's done nothing to fucking deserve it. Bit strange, right? Up next we have the Heritage Cup. Tony D and the family versus Damon Kemp with the No Quarter Catch crew. I don't like the Heritage Cup. I just don't really like the rules. I get it's different, but it just feels like small time. Feels phony to me. Feels like something TNA would do. I mean, I'm just not a fan of it. I can't take it serious in WWE. If TNA did it, I mean, whatever. But like they had the whole Bound for Glory series. I don't know, World Wrestling Entertainment. I just find it hard to accept this. Angelo wins. Tony D hits a spinebuster on the 4th round to pick up the win. He wins 2-0. Good for him. What else do we get? We got more Ethan Page backstage interviews. Ava was there as well. I mean, we can see Ethan Page here is getting pushed to the moon. You got to wonder though, is he coming in just to job out in his first match, or are they going to maybe put the belt on him straight away? Could happen either way. What else did we get? We got backstage stuff that I didn't really watch. Video package hyping up Shayna Baszler versus Lola Face. NXT Underground match at NXT Battleground. Just feels like 2 heels competing. Don't really know what the point of that is. We then got Natalya taking on Izzy Dame. Again, you got Carmen Petrovic at ringside. Izzy Dame. 2 young, attractive, feminine looking women. And Natalya's out here at the age of 42. Recycled Natalya Plastic surgery Natalia, she's out here, picking up the win, just jobbing these young girls out. And I don't get it. Like, what's the fucking point? What is the point? Why are you bringing a 42-year-old into NXT just to beat everybody? It doesn't make any sense to me. People can say she's putting them over, but she ain't putting anybody over. No one's going to remember this match next week. I mean, she could wrestle dark matches with these people. If she really wants to put somebody over, she could, let them win. I don't think wrestling Natalia on an episode of NXT and losing does much for somebody. You can argue that, they gain experience, but what experience? Axiom and Nathan Fraser are not backing down to the Good Brothers. We then got Gallus and Obafemi with Wes Lee. Gallus call it Obafemi. I mean, who cares? Obafemi comes out talking Nigerian. Obafemi, he's growing on me. I didn't like him at first, but I think he's okay. He's getting a wee bit better, I guess. I do not like Gallus. Gallus boys on top. Gallus boys have never been on top. Gallus boys are boring as fuck. Hopefully Joe Coffey does not win the title. We then got Lash Legend, Fallon Henry, Kalana Jordan versus Jada Parker, Michin, and Sol Ruka. There was a spot where Michin slaps Jada Parker's ass and she falls into the ring and there's like some guy in the crowd, you can see him fainting. It's like, how fucking phony is that? I mean, yeah, it's an okay moment. Like, this guy's literally acting as if he's just fainted. I wonder if that was a spot or whether it was some guy that was legitimately fainting. I don't know. But whatever. 6-woman tag match. Parker, Michin, and Sol Ruka win, but everybody was kind of brawling and it just kind of lost control of the match. People attacking each other in their own teams. So yeah, this sets up the ladder match. Then we got the Trick Williams, Ethan Page, Ava segment. Ethan Page has got the contract. He wants it to be signed. It was a good promo. I'm not going to deny that. He's talking about how he's going to be calling the shots and that there's a lot of perks in this contract. Trick Williams comes out, botches his lines, recovers a little bit, but yeah, it wasn't good for Trick Williams initially. He was stumbling all over the place here, but he did compose himself. He did come back. Ethan Page tossed the table out the ring. He said he's not going through a table tonight. Trick Williams wants him to sign the contract so he can whoop his ass, but Ethan explains that if he signs the contract and if Ava signs the contract, then not only will he be getting his first match at Battleground, but he will be putting an end to the Trick Williams era. And I mean, it was good. Contract gets signed and NXT ends, and I thought it was a decent ending there. And the crowd are chanting "Whoop that Trick!" And at Battleground, we're getting Trick Williams versus Ethan Page. All ego, Ethan Page. Yeah, Ethan Page was good tonight. I don't deny it. I'm not going to say he sucked. I mean, he cut a good promo. He's charismatic. He seems good on the mic. I just don't think he's this top star. He's coming in like he's achieved shit, and he hasn't achieved anything. But who knows? Maybe NXT will be good for him. I thought he done well tonight. Probably the standout performer, standout wrestler. I'll give him credit. I'm not biased. I'm not going to shit on the guy. I just don't think he has achieved anything at this point in his career to be acting in this storyline fashion where he deserves this big contract and he deserves this. That just seems a little bit strange to me. There's some people that could have come in for AEW and act that way that have had championships, but this guy has literally done nothing. Honestly, he's done nothing. He spoke about how he could sit the next 2 years out and just get, if he wanted a paycheck, he could sit the next 2 years at home and get paid. But that kind of sums him up. He's not been doing anything. Yeah, he got signed to AEW from TNA, and he was just basically collecting money. He was just another guy on that roster doing absolutely nothing. So why is he coming in with this big star treatment? I don't get it. Honestly, he should be coming in realistically with a guy that's got something to prove. Yeah, he's acting as if he's proved everything and that he's the man and he's already proved himself and that he deserves big contracts. It's just, no, I haven't seen that. At all. Anyway, guys, Ethan Page I thought was pretty good tonight. Jada Parker, I thought she fucking owned Michin. She looked hot as well. Yeah, I think this NXT probably have the best women's roster, I think, in wrestling. And that's pretty much all I've got to say there. So, I thought it was a poor show, but I liked a couple of things. You know what, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. I thought it was poor, but there was a few things that I did like, so Yeah, 3 out of 10 for me, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.